boy. Mic check 1 2. I should be able to be heard, but for whatever reason, yeah. Give me a second. I lost all of my compressor options, which is annoying. Very good, but it also means ah. Okay. I might have to restart OBS, so I'm gonna restart stream. Everybody stay tuned. I was not expecting to have this many issues. Of course, the one day I have everything like planned and, set up, it all just breaks. All right. Let me do Jack input client, call this one Discord. For channels 2, we're going to pop over to Helvium. And where the fuck is Discord? I think it's this one. I could be wrong. Luke, could you say something for me? Okay. I think that might be good enough. I hope it's enough. Alright, we're gonna swap scenes finally. Ah. I think that's right.
Hi. Hello.
Yay, they can hear you. Alright. I can see
They,
that
they can hear me?
they can. They can.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. We're in space. Yeah, this is just my default background. Nothing special.
We are in space.
Space. I need to move myself just a
Space.
bit. There we go. All right.
I'm gonna mute the channel because I'm gonna get a headache
Okay, that's all good.
otherwise.
Go for it. You only need
So
to
I
hear
can
me
see
in
the chat,
Discord.
but yep.
Okay.
Hello everyone.
Hello. I'm gonna start recording now. We should be recording now. If you guys are on Twitch, I am also on the Four Leaf Discord stage channel, just in case for whatever reason Twitch goes down. Because I've been having so many issues trying to stream lately. This Q&A has been in the process of like 3 months, something like that. I can't remember. I know we've wanted
Yeah,
to do
since
one for
way before fall even.
yeah, we were waiting for it to fully finish, and we've been like planning this like well ahead of time. So yeah, it's
Yep.
been in the works in a while. We also collected questions from people in Discord. It's not a Linux problem, Toast. Shut up before I ban you.
Yeah.
And you know I will. I love you, though. Give me a second.
I'm sharing stuff on places.
Yeah.
Twitter and Webtoon.
Yeah. So, just a kind of warning for everybody. Both Lou and I are sick, kind of ironically at the moment. So.
No, I'm not sick anymore.
Oh, you're not sick
but
anymore?
kind
It's
of.
just me.
I have a tooth that is hurting right now. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. But yeah, I was like with fever yesterday. And I
Yeah.
wasn't expected to be like new today, but I am. Except for the tooth.
Yeah. Well, I'm still sick, so, we're going to try kind of see how we're feeling at the end of this, how it's all going.
Yep.
All right. We have about 100 questions. Why is Loose Avatar more below the table? It should not be. I could fix that, though. There we go. That's good enough, I think. Maybe a little bit higher. Yeah. Lou is taller than me in real life, probably. I'm a raccoon, after all.
I fixed my chair.
Yeah. Yeah. This was kind of thrown together because I was panicking. I did have this prepared, but everything broke. All right. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Probably. I don't know. All right. So we have 100 questions. A lot of them are kind of the same. We're going to start with the questions regarding the physical book release. Because a lot of you do not know or did not read any announcements that we've been pushing in the Discord. So a couple of them are, will there be a collection of books released in the future for Four Leaf? Yes! I don't know about more than one volume, but volume 1 is actually out, as far as I know. I don't know if Hive Mill has started releasing them yet, or release as in you can buy it.
Yeah, no. They are supposed to start shipping in July. Things got delayed a bit.
Yeah.
The specific date is 26th of July.
So July 26th is when the book should be shipped out, which is another question here. Are there plans to make another volume, or is just volume 1? That's
No,
a
I
question.
have plans to make 4 volumes.
4 volumes. 4 whole volumes for
Yeah.
every part.
for Leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, one per season. I'm not sure how big the 4th season is, because I still don't have the page layout for classic comic. For that, I have it for everything else except for season 4, because making the comic got very difficult, so I couldn't do both at the same time. So I focus on the webtoon. But I'm expecting it to be a bit bigger than the other 3.
Yeah,
We'll see.
It was, I think part 3, to my memory, is the largest one.
Yeah, so
And
far.
then part 4 was is probably the smallest one, maybe, aside from probably adding on the epilogue.
Yeah, maybe they are all about 30 episodes. I don't know. I might be messing things because of the long hiatus we had on season 4. And it felt so short.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Well, the comics are done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we're here. All right, the captions should be picking up Lou now. I can't guarantee as to its accuracy because
Caption.
yeah,
Yeah.
I have
I hope my accents help with the caption.
All right, let's see what else.
Wait, I'm announcing it on Webtoon. The creator page. It's not like it's gonna reach a lot of people, but yeah, I feel like I should announce this Q&A in there.
Announce it where
Doing
you will.
things.
Hey Sal, how's it going?
Q&A. Happening.
All right. I'll answer some other questions that I can while we're at it. Will the webtoon be translated into other languages? And if yes, will you publish physical versions in those languages? I know that there was problems trying to get fanlations going up because Webtoon does not like fanlations apparently. But we've been trying to get Webtoons to allow fan translations for quite some time. I think we're still trying to do it, but as far as making physical release of the translated versions, it's hard to say. I don't think it's possible, but we shall see.
For translation, I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm in motion to make something happen, but I'm not sure yet if it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I know you're working
but,
on.
But yeah, I want it in Spanish at
yes.
least, please.
Yeah, because
what Webtoon took from me.
Yes, what they took from you.
Please.
I know.
I'll live in Spanish.
I know when it was before it was on originals, you had both an English and a Spanish version when it was on the WordPress site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it started as a well, the original version of the comic is in English.
Mm-hmm.
I translated to Spanish, but they all were published at the same time. So I published one page in English and the other one in Spanish in WordPress. Before Webtoon, before the Fire Nation attack. So yeah, the Spanish version was kaput, and I couldn't convince them to translate it again. Yeah, I have a lot of feelings about that, and I hope I can make it happen in printed version.
Yeah, having the translated versions in prints would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But as for fan translations, that also depends on Webtoon. If they take suddenly by random take my request to have it open for fan translation, then it will happen. But it doesn't depend on me. It depends on Webtoon. I will be very random at this
if you guys want
time of yeah.
If you guys want to try and
I don't think it will happen.
Go ahead and request it on Webtoon site. Just destroy it. Just send them to Jesus.
Destroy their servers with requests.
For people listening in on Discord, I am recording this. I see you guys in Discord as well, just so you know. All right. Moving on. So we got a couple of sections. If you could open up the Google Doc I sent you, you can see and kind of pick and choose where you want to start.
Wait.
Do you need the link again? I can send it to you again.
There. Found it.
Good.
Yeah, questions here.
Yeah. All of the questions. So we got the lore section, the character section.
Section.
And then the workflow section, and then the other section.
Where do we start? You throw the dart.
All right, I'll throw the dart. We can start with the one that I know a lot of people are interested in, aside from lore, is probably going to be your workflow, so we can start there.
Okay, whatever.
Let me find a good one.
In other questions?
No, it's workflow and creation questions.
Bro, we're from English. There. Okay.
Yeah. Let me. I guess we can start off with. Did you know how the series would end when you first published it, or did you gradually develop it as you published more channels, or more chapters, not channels? Bleh.
Yeah, more channels. That's two questions together, or it's just one?
We could call it as one. Basically, did you know
Okay.
how it was going to
Yeah.
end?
Yes and no. Mostly yes. Okay, that's the answer. Yeah, I had like, when you write, you have like those fractions of story that you really want to write,
Mm-hmm.
and you endure all the rest of the book just to write that one scene.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, like I had like several of those scenes and stuff that was going to happen, and I just connected them, and that was kind of the case with the ending. Like, can we talk about spoilers here?
Oh
Or
yeah. No, obviously,
okay,
spoiler
it's a
warning. If you
not
haven't,
non-spoiler free stream. Okay.
if you haven't
Um.
read the comic, leave and go read it.
Yeah. Go read it now. Come back. We will wait for 2 seconds. Um. Well, like for example, Lupe fighting Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I knew that was gonna happen. Like the Dragonfly, who was gonna be the owner, also. I knew, like, I mean, like little things. For example, something I didn't know was that Lupe was gonna take someone else's cape, red cape,
Mm-hmm.
and run, but I wasn't expecting to be Emma's.
Yeah.
Like in my head, she would take Lina's coat and run. But at the moment, when the moment came, it made more sense for Lupe to ask for Emma's cape than to take him from the body of Lina.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was fainted, and yeah, I had. It was coincident that both capes had a pointy hood. That was a coincidence. But it worked in my favor. Like, yeah, sure. She gives her the cape to Lupe. Lupe runs away, and the cape looks similar to Lina's.
Mm-hmm.
And also in the dream, the cape had was pointy, so people started like uh, theorizing that maybe it was Emma in 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 the dream
In
or
the dream,
something.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that was I didn't plan, but like it worked in my favor.
Yeah, it
Uh,
definitely worked in
it
your
was
favor.
nice. It added another level of planning that I didn't plan. It wasn't me.
You left us all crazy as to theorizing who was in that
Yeah,
who was in
yeah.
Alvar's prophecy dream.
Yeah, there was a lot of debates about that just because of a coincidence. And well, yeah. But yeah, when I started writing the story, I had in my mind the image of Lupe running away with a red cape that Lupe themselves took from someone else, someone from the Red Hood. And well, it happened. Not in the way I was expecting. Not sure what I was expecting also, but it all fell into place.
Yeah. I guess that's a good place for a follow up. One of the questions writer asked was, how much did the comic differ from the original draft? So, let me expand on this one a little bit. For a lot of people, Lou had originally written Four Leaf out in novel format or in prose, and converted it into the comic we see today, for the most part. How much did
Yeah,
it
hmm,
differ from the original that you had written out?
let me give me a second. I'm gonna uh, raise the volume for you.
Oh, am I too
Yeah.
quiet?
No,
Whoops.
for myself.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, only for myself. My computer was quiet.
Okay, okay.
How much is the fare? I would say, for starters, I wrote up to half of season 3.
Mm-hmm.
The rest was written on the go while making the episodes when I reached myself because it was like self-sabotage kind of.
Oh no.
I started working for Webtoon and I said, oh wow, I have 3.5 seasons. When I get there drawing, I'm sure I have the whole series written down. I'm sure. And 4 years happened, and I reached myself, and yeah, I never expected that. Like it's like of a life lesson of sorts. Like if you wanna write a book, just sit down and write the book
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's not gonna happen by itself. Not even if you are used to writing. Yeah, and yeah, that was a wild season because I not only I had to draw an entire episode in 1 week, but also I had to take one of the days of that week to write the script of the episode. And that never happened to me before. I was able to do it somehow. I can't imagine how right now. I don't remember. My mind is a blur. But yeah, that was an interesting season. And yeah, for then, uh, well, it wasn't uh, very convenient, really, because I started to uh, fall behind or started being insecure about my writing and all of that. And luckily, I got sick. It was that year that I got very sick. In the
Yeah.
end, it was like a skin condition plus some allergies to penicillin
Mhm.
that I didn't know about, and that got uh, pretty serious for a month or two.
I think
But I ended up taking, yeah, I ended up taking like about almost a year of hiatus to prepare the story. After I recover, of course, to prepare the story, and they changed the ending that I wrote. That I was running a race writing it. Instead of that, I took my time, and well, my editor helped me a lot. Her name is Aria. Aria,
Yeah.
thank you so much for saving my life. Uh, no, she helped me a lot with writing the ending and to be sure that I was writing something that I was happy with. And yeah,
If I recall
let me
correctly,
drink water. No, but yeah, it was going to be how much? Eight more episodes,
mm-hmm.
but then it ended up being 14 episodes, 14 more episodes. So
Yeah.
imagine if I had finished it before, it would have been something entirely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I recall correctly, when you started when you took that long hiatus, that hiatus was like the longest one you'd taken in the entire
Yeah.
series because you'd taken some before
Mm-hmm.
and in between seasons.
Yeah.
But that one was for sure like
Even,
the longest one.
yeah, it was weird because to think that yeah, I have a kid, a daughter, and she was born 1 week after season one ended.
Mm-hmm.
And there I took 1 month of rest, and after that I started working again, and I started publishing 3 months after my daughter was born. Like
Yeah.
with pregnancy, I didn't take as much time as with this.
Yeah, turns out having
Yeah,
your arm decide to say no, we're stopping now versus having an entire child
yeah,
are two completely different
yeah.
wheelhouses apparently.
No, my body came back to beat me up, and maybe it had to do with me not wanting to take longer for other reasons. Like I should have taken a longer break with when I had my daughter, uh, because it also was very difficult to work with a 3 month old baby. Like really, I wouldn't sleep at all. I would use the nappy changer as an standing desk with a baby in one arm and the pencil on the other hand, and it was wild.
Yeah. um yeah, it's been crazy trying to read this as like somebody who's like can't really see what's going on behind the scenes. Just like I know there was a moment during that extended hiatus where some people were concerned that it wasn't going to continue at all.
Yeah, there's always that concern with web comics. I
Mm-hmm.
had it before, and it's like, yeah, I know the feeling. Um, I, I mean, before we change topics, if you work, take breaks, your body will make you pay later if you don't. Uh,
Yeah, your body
don't
will force you to
romanticize
take a break at some point.
forcing the body. Yeah. Well, going to the other question. What was the other question?
There wasn't one. We hadn't switched topics just yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
good. You're
but
fine.
those are going. Okay. Hiatus. No, I was going somewhere and I forgot.
I believe we were talking about like the concerns of comics just ending abruptly.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I mean, I know the feeling. I read a lot of web comics. But I used to read a lot of web comics. Now I read very few. But I had my seasons of reading like 30 comics. And yeah, there was always that fear of it. It was almost like you knew the series, no series was gonna end. They were all gonna uh, finish before some chapters. Like it's a kind of a sad feeling, but also it's like you have to make peace with the fact that the people behind the comics took the time to create that, and even if life got in the way, at least you got to see that few chapters.
Yeah.
It's a very cruel world, the webcomic world. My it's like I don't know, because it's not the creator's fault. Most of the time, they do wanna continue making the series or dedicate only to that, but they can't. And yeah,
Yeah.
kind of sad.
Yeah, I knew during the hiatus you and I had talked a lot. Like there was a lot of conversations we were having behind the scenes, and I knew that
Yeah.
it wasn't done. You just needed to and rest because
Yeah.
your body said nope, it's rest time.
Yeah. Well, there's also that like with me stopping to make the script, and then 4 years went by. Like, if you wanna make your webcomic, you can do it. Start now, and if you go on hiatus, it is very easy to stay on hiatus because making a comic is so demanding for the body and the mind, and you kind of get scared to go back to doing that. But when you do, you enjoy it. And I don't know, I have found that it's better to take your time, like preparing things and doing it at your own pace. And I don't know, I knew Four Leaf wasn't gonna end like that.
Yeah.
It was gonna end as it was supposed to end. And I tried not uh, to get the pressure of the comments that like there were some comments like, I bet this is another one that gets canceled, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I knew it wasn't gonna be
Like, this
canceled.
is my
It's just
world,
like
I'm making this world, yeah,
yeah.
at my own pace.
Kinda like at the own pace sort of thing, wrapping to that.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because a lot of like creator platforms want you to be like week to week consistency. A lot of people just
Yeah,
can't do that.
yeah, that's very unhealthy.
Yeah,
It's especially in the few previous years, it has become like that. It
yeah,
didn't used to be like that.
yeah. I know one of the comics I read because I read like a lot. I have a lot.
Yeah, I know.
um, one of the ones I was reading, it updates like a single page a month, but because they kind of
Yeah.
keep their consistency. That's like one of the big things I kind of tell people. I
Mm-hmm.
don't make comics, but for people who are interested, one of the big things I tell them is like be consistent. But
Mm-hmm.
make your schedule work with you, not against you,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
deal.
I mean, a webcomic is something you can publish on your own terms at your own time. The schedule is usually for you, the creator, to get to work on it. It's like
Hmm.
a personal deadline. It's not like don't take it as a deadline for your readers, but for yourself.
Yeah,
It's like if you miss one deadline, nothing, the world's not going to end. Um, the deadlines are only for yourself. You don't have to feel disappointed because you miss one deadline. Life happens. We all know that. At least the good readers know that.
yeah, yeah. Just it's kind of like one of those traps that people usually fall into is like, oh, I need to post week to week. I have to, I know some people who post like 3 times a week. And I'm just like, how do you keep up? If it's like a single person posting 3 times a week, that can't be healthy
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah, it depends on what you can do
Hmm.
in a set amount of time. What you have to do with the rest of your life also.
Yeah.
And yeah, deadlines for webcomics are for yourself. It does help you because of how the sites are nowadays working, like the algorithm and stuff, but that just makes it unhealthy. Like Webtoon and Twitter and Instagram are like um giving priority to those posting all the time, but
Yeah.
it really is damaging this beautiful thing that are where comics and artists are. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It
is
just
damaging.
it's really a different ball game. But
Yeah.
yeah. Let me move on.
I'm gonna
Uh,
go get more water. Be right back.
okay. While Luke gets water. How's everybody doing? Oh.
Done. I have water.
Gollum,
But
there was an announcement in the server about Four Leaf going to Fast Pass. If well, not Fast Pass, Daily Pass, because Lou had Fast
daily
Pass.
pass.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing is Lou does not want Four Leaf to go to Daily Pass, and there will be riots to
Mm-hmm.
be had if it does. The
Yeah,
hope
at least for
is,
me, my contract and the daily pass contract are separate things, and I haven't signed the daily pass contract, so it shouldn't go to daily pass.
yeah, should not. That's
I really don't want to. It's kind
that's the
of
plan.
what I like, and my one of my conditions to start working with Webtoon, I remember, was that For Leaf will remain free to read for everyone. If you have money, if you don't have money, yeah.
Yeah,
At least if you have access to internet, you can read. Like that was a big pro for me. So I think Daily Pass defeats that. I don't like it.
yeah. Daily Pass is like one of my least favorite features about Webtoons, especially
Yeah.
because they've been pushing it so hard lately. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, it does help authors. So if you see a series that you really like that has gone into Daily Pass, just it's not the author's fault. They just,
yeah,
I mean, if they have all the money in the world, they wouldn't be doing this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't blame the authors. Blame Webtoon.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was the most interesting part of translating the webtoon from a print format? Vivian
What was it?
asks.
What?
Give me a second.
My mind got to behind singing. Well, I don't have all the money in the world.
Yeah. Basically, what was the most interesting part of translating the
Mm.
webtoon format to a print format? I guess taking it from the long strip format into the published book format.
Yeah. I haven't tried yet to translate from a long scrolling format to the page format,
Mhm.
but I have done that the other way around. Uh, all I said I had like season 3.5. It was made first in the classic page format
Mhm.
first, and then they translated. It was an interesting process, but I will need to make an entire video tutorial about how
About how you did that. Yeah. How to
yeah,
take your
it
page
will be an
format into
interesting
long
thing.
strip format.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, when I started working only in vertical format, it was about at half of season 3, right? Um, it was weird because I hadn't worked solely on that format, and it was different that the page it allowed for other things. Also, it didn't allow for other things. Each format has its own charm. I wonder how I'm going to do to go from the long format to the comic format now that I have to.
Yeah.
Because
So
I have quite a few very long panels now.
yeah, I remember basically it kind of sounds like you just had everything in the standard comic page format and just translated it into the long form. I
Yeah.
remember the art program you use, Clip Studio Paint. They have a lot of tools to
Yeah.
help with that, if I recall.
Yeah. I use I don't remember the name of the tool right now. Photoshop has something similar. There is that you have one file and you can import that file into another file. And if you modify something from the first file, it immediately changes on the other file.
Nice, yeah.
I don't know if I explain myself. Like I said, it's like kind of a technical digital drawing thing.
Yeah. If I recall in Photoshop, that's all kind of part of their Adobe's whole kind of suite. It's like if you change one file, it'll update in all the other programs without you needing to like really do anything.
Yeah.
That's like the one of their
Yeah,
selling
something
points.
like that.
Yeah, it kind of sucks though because it's like really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vivian made a question in the chat. Um, you read it. I catch my breath.
Oh, the question Viv posted in chat. Oh, why is the message highlighted? Oh boy. Just for everybody in chat, we're gonna be holding off to the till after we finish with our list of questions. So if you have extra questions, please hold on to them. It kind of also depends on how we're feeling in, because I'm still pretty sick. But we
can
will
make a part 2 next week.
maybe.
If you're up for the task.
But yeah, for sure. We're gonna try and get through all of the questions tonight if possible. All right.
I don't want you to die.
Hold on to them. Hold on to them. I'm like 2 cough drops in and I can't take anymore. That's a threat. Everybody's threatening me to feel better.
Let's take ibuprofen together, Hava.
I actually have some of the questions clumped together because a lot of them were asking the same thing, so it's technically a little less than 100, but still around that. If I had to guess, it's probably more along the lines of like 80. So Zephix and Dark Princess are both asking, what was your favorite episode / season to draw?
My favorite and least favorite, or I got those for a second.
Most favorite.
I was saying goodbye to someone in the chat. Excuse me. My favorite season or chapter or episode.
It's both season and episode, but you know,
season and episode.
Season and episode.
So my favorite season was season 4.
Season 4.
It had a lot of things I had built up to, and a lot of those things that I was eager to write and draw, like Lupi punching Chicken in the face.
How could you do that to him?
Yes. But yeah, like yeah, a lot of things. Um, like I don't know, maybe my least favorite part, not because I don't like it, but because it was difficult. Because I was being advised to make it shorter. I mean, we recently it had a lot of exposition. Was the part where they talked to Trevor about all the worlds
Oh
and
yeah,
the
the
technical things of the fantasy world. Yeah,
yeah, the whole
like I
exposition
love
stuff.
lore,
Yeah,
the whole
lore.
exposition stuff. I
Yeah.
love exposition, but some readers don't do much. So my editor was telling me to please be careful with that. Don't make it last for too long. And I remember coming to the last episode of the position. I said I wasn't gonna add anything else, and suddenly I come one day and says, guess what? We have half more episodes of the position, and yeah, but I mean it worked out. There are readers that love exposition, and as much as there are readers who don't.
Yeah.
She was worried because on Webtoon is like target to people who go to read um one episode and then leave it up and come back another time. Like not to invest so much of themselves on the stories. I
Yeah.
think. Not her words. I'm making this assumption myself right now. Like uh, I think that's the kind of people Webtoon is target to with the kind of ads they make and stuff, right? So she was worried those people will drop the series if I uh, punch them in the face with a lot of exposition. Yeah.
No, give me more of that
Uh,
exposition. Give me more of the lore, man. I need it.
um, but yeah, maybe that was my least favorite part, but because I had to balance
Yeah.
what Webtoon wanted and what I wanted
Yeah.
from that part. But yeah, it turned out okay.
Yeah, I that is like the one thing that I want more of is just so much more of the world building behind Four Leaf
Hmm.
and stuff. It's something that we didn't get to see a lot of in the series, and it
Yeah.
sucks. It
Hmm.
sucks so much, but I know why. I know why.
Yeah, no, I don't think it wasn't so much Webtoon. Yeah, I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, I could have explained so much more about this world. Like there was um in the original script, Luke would start school in this other world, in Lena's world. Uh, oh, we have a commercial break.
Oh yeah, sorry, we have an ad. I'm sorry. I caught that last
Yeah,
second. It
no,
was out of the corner of my
continue.
eye.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's an ad running. I forgot to turn off
yeah.
ads. That's my
Oh no.
fault.
Well, we can drink water meanwhile. Water. Already my points, my channel points.
Your channel points. I have infinite channel
Yeah.
points. I need to actually go in and pause my redeem because
Okay.
quickly while we're waiting for ads.
Take your time. What I think of which one is my favorite episode
Yeah, that's
because
a
I
hard
don't
one.
know.
Like getting a general
Yeah.
season, easy. Getting like the
Yeah.
specific episode is like the hard part.
Yeah.
Give
Mhm.
me a second.
Yeah. We are back. We are back.
Back. We're back.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't finish the question. We got with the ads. What was I saying? You share while reading with us at some point. I don't think so. No, I'm breaking our rule. Oh, my connection got weird.
Oh,
It's back.
it's fine.
I'm not sure about the world building. Yeah, I was saying that Lupe in the original script will go to school in Lina's world. Like even Lina will enroll in school at the same time to accompany Lupe. But it didn't develop a lot of that world. Like not much more than it did on the webtoon. Um, like it was kind of diverting from the main plot and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have some ideas of the world. I mean, uh, I could write side stories, I guess, and if I ever get the inspiration and the time and the money. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the money to eat food while I work. Um,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I don't really feel like writing down only the lore and sharing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry if that's something you were expecting, man. Yeah,
Man,
maybe I
man,
don't
why you
know.
gotta do this to me?
Someday, yeah, I wake up with, like wanting to do that, but not today. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I understand it.
Yeah. I'm good with people making up stuff about my world and making fan fiction and their own characters, fan characters, and I love that.
yeah, that stuff's
Mm.
cool.
And I'm sorry I don't help on the task.
Yeah. Uh, so favorite episode to draw.
Favorite episode. The commercial rate wasn't enough for me to think of an episode. Uh, maybe there's one episode. It's not like it's my favorite episode, but I think was pretty underrated. At least I felt that it was what was the name of the episode? Um, a whole lot. I mean, I think that's the name. A whole lot. It was the episode where Alvar is going back to after getting all the lore dump from Trevor.
Mhm.
He goes, takes the bus back to his village, and in the middle of the path, Cricket calls him, and
Yeah,
they talk about the premonition and all the things like that's the
I know which episode
only
you're talking
instance
about.
in which they talk really without anyone else and I don't know, it's like an ambiguous episode because you still don't know who the witch is, but they are talking about the witch, and then it was difficult because they also had to talk about Lupe, but you didn't have to find out that the witch was Lupe, but it had to be hinted to.
Hmm.
Like it was the episode in which you could find out Lupe was a witch. Uh, because of what I said, but I still left it like ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I really like that episode.
Lupe being a witch. That one I had some suspicions reading throughout the story that that was going to be the
There
case.
were theories.
Yeah, it just Goderator theory, call it what you will. It was there, but like I never really had a chance to like solidly confirm
Mhm.
it. It's just
Yeah.
there was nothing there for me to solidly confirm it.
Yeah, I made sure about it.
Yeah. Drove me crazy.
Yeah, it's like when I write, if something is I try to hide the things I don't want the reader to know because
Mhm.
readers are very clever, more clever than I am. And if I say whatever, they will find out, and then I try not to leave any traces
we
if
pick up
I
we
can.
pick up on
Yeah.
the smallest details, and like
Yeah.
my main example of this is during one of the during the episode where Lupe is talking, where Alvar is talking to Lupe about his
His
dream,
house.
we
Yeah.
see we see the eye of somebody that he's talking to.
Yeah.
And then in the flashback in a later episode, we see the same sequence, and I picked up on
Mhm.
like the smallest changes between
Yeah. I mean, I love it that I feel so dumb when you and other readers start theorizing because it's amazing.
Yeah, collective minds tend to go crazy. We either pick up on
Wow,
teeny
look,
tiny
breathe.
invisible details or nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And nice, like, yeah. Also, if I have to give something away because I don't have another option, then I'll try to have something deceiving, like it's not the only option. We have two options,
Mhm. Yeah, you put in red herrings and
like
stuff.
playing Clue.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like trying to hide things from readers. That's something I enjoyed a lot while making For Live.
Questions that we
Yeah.
uh hey bro, you want to know something?
Ah,
Talking
me or
to
someone else?
talking to Ro in chat. Want to know something
Ah.
about a 4-leaf TTRPG? I'm kind of working on a system for that. I'm working on a TTRPG
Arrow.
system for 4-leaf. It's in the works.
The
I
face.
I've been having a lot of fun just kind of running around with different ideas and concepts. Um, don't expect anything out of it. I, I don't like getting your guys' hopes up. It is being worked on. It is like in a very like broken state. I need to do some balancing and stuff, but it is something I'm working on. I'm probably going to open source it. Expectations have been had now. I know. Mistake.
This is how it starts.
TTRPG stands for Tabletop Role Playing Game. If you've ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons, it's basically that. Basically, you get a pen and paper and then start telling a story with a group of people. That's your downfall, Java. It's set in stone. Damn it. Pressure. It's all good.
Now you have to do it.
Yeah, it's been in the
I'm
works.
sorry, Java.
I've gotten a couple of hangups along the way. I'm still trying to develop how the hardest part is trying to figure out how magic is supposed to operate. When you need to tie it to thematically, I'm trying to tie it to bells, but it's just it's hard to determine how that whole combat system along with the magic system is supposed to play out. I'll figure it out. It's just been something I've been having going on in the background for a while. All right. So
Big announcement.
on the topic of favorites, who is your favorite character to write or draw?
My favorite character. Lina season 1 was my favorite character to draw. Then probably Lupe season 3.
Season 3, okay.
Yeah, I like the bands.
Yeah.
To write, my favorite was Cricket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, all of them were very fun.
Yeah.
But Cricket was unpredictable.
Yeah. So that has not changed from beginning to
Yeah.
end.
No, absolutely.
You mean Java? There was, for people not in the know, there was a Q&A before my previous Q&A that Lou had before the comic was an original. That was written out on you had it written out. It was a comment submission, and in that one, Lou kind of stated that was unsure, but Cricket was the favorite character.
Yeah.
If they had to choose. Does Cricket have eyes?
Yeah. Yes, he has eyes.
Yes,
He has a color set in for eyes in
yeah,
his
he does.
In the folly colors.
Oh
Yes,
my
but
god, it's so
it went
cursed.
unused. Yeah, he went unused.
It's so cursed. I don't know if I have that image. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and share it. It is so cursed. Let me find it. Give me a moment.
As for a favorite character, I think Cricket is still up there. Carla is a close second. I really love Carla.
Everybody loves Carla. That's
Everybody loves Carla.
no contest.
Yeah, I was very proud of what I achieved with Carla. Like from start to finish, all I wanted to like the impressions she left, glorious.
Yeah. Carla is basically what gave the entire reader base gay panic. Give me a sec.
I have one of the new bonus comics I made for the book has to do with Cricket size. That's all I will say. When the book comes out, I'll share it online, but not before.
I'm desperately trying to find this because it's so cursed.
It must be between the memes in the meme folder.
I should have put it in my meme folder.
Just search curse in the chat on Discord.
I'm trying to find it. Probably under curse, but I'm looking. I'm looking. My eyeballs are searching.
Also. As for meanwhile, I can answer to this question from Ro. It's related to characters. Animation kind of let the characters take you for the ride. Yeah, I when I started had the idea of each of them, most of them didn't end up being what I expected. From when I didn't have story, it was just the characters, and when I started the story and like I don't know. Especially Cricket and Alvar were gonna be very different. Can't remember exactly, but Alvar was like more of a scared guy. Like he was scared of anything, and Cricket would tease him whenever he could. Like I don't know. It was a weird interaction, but yeah, I like the ones that ended up happening. I don't miss the pre-story Alvaro and Cricket. Um, I think I have sketches for them, but they were lost with time in hard drives.
I can't find it. If I find it, I'll add it in to the YouTube
question
VOD
is
and post.
sorry, I was answering a question and didn't read the question.
Go.
What's your approach to writing regarding characters? I heard you can either plan it more generally or kind of let the characters take you for a ride. I think I'm more of the second. Like I put them on the setting and they do their thing, and yeah.
They do their thing. Live in your head.
I try to plan, but like it doesn't happen most of the time.
Yeah. All right.
You found it? Found it?
No, I couldn't find it. It's
no.
it's somewhere, but if I find it, I'll edit the video I'm uploading to YouTube and just paste it in there.
Yeah.
And I'll put it on Discord if I find it in the
yeah, I know
shitpost
which one
channel.
you're talking about.
Put it in the Lumaga shitpost channel because
I'm
of
sure
course.
Fraser knows.
Yeah, Freezer probably has it.
Mm.
But he went to bed. Oh, he was here.
Mm-hmm. I found something. I'll DM you.
Okay.
Maybe it was this one you were looking for.
Possibly, hopefully. Yes, that one. It was that one. Let me put this. It doesn't have his eye color, but it. Oh my god, it's cursed.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Curse. There, look at it. Beyond cursed.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh my goodness. It was. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh my god. Now color it. No. Right.
We don't want it to cause more harm.
It will stay on the table now.
Very small, very small. Please.
Yeah, very small. It shouldn't cause too much harm, but it is on the table. All right.
What now?
Here. So this one is kind of related to characters as well. No, his eye color is light green. In some old Q&A, you answered a question to what Lupe would look like as Lena's imaginary friend.
Yeah.
Their question is, was Lupe not originally supposed to become a witch?
Yeah, that's. I think it mentions something I said back then, but that was part of not being able to give anything away, or they will find out.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think I remember that one. Like it was kind of like a we might see or we might not kind of deal.
Yeah, that was maybe my riskier thing I did that might hint to something in the comic. It was also deceiving because, it's my chance to draw Lupe as a witch. Nice.
Yeah.
That this will never happen.
This will never happen.
Yeah.
Leave it to people to go deep diving for stuff using the Wayback Machine and such to find old Q&As.
No, yeah, it was planned from the beginning.
Yeah, it was from even before it was an original. Yeah, I think I originally found that Q&A
Yeah.
on To Pass because it wasn't on Webtoons because I think I don't recall finding it on Webtoons.
No, yeah, I think it was on Tapas.
Yeah. Imaginary Lupe Witch is a cool design too compared to the actual Witch Lupe. I disagree. I hard disagree with that one.
I like the epilogue. How do you say epilogue?
Epilogue?
Epilogue Lupe design a lot.
Yeah, Epilogue Lupe is
I don't really like the final battle Lupe design because I wasn't planning the cape to be all red. That wasn't planned. I tried my best to make Lupe look cool. But yeah, I did like the epilogue design and also the post witch Lupe design. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. The designs changing throughout the series is kind of gotta be like my favorite part about the characters. Because sometimes, a lot of the time, you'll see like a character have a static design throughout the entire series. This isn't true, but it's normally the case. Just having them change occasionally, and even Alvar hitting puberty with hitting him like a goddamn semi truck.
Yeah, Richard, I understand now the what you were saying. Yeah, yeah. Alvar is the one that changes the most. In any situation, like 3 times. It was supposed to be a shock the first time. Like I don't know. I got caught. I don't know. It was something funny for me to also to make it clear that time had happened and things were different now between the characters.
Yeah, that's it really shows and represents the passage of time, which is something I recall you wanting to be like a very kind of key component of the series. Is like because I remember I was talking to you I can't remember if it was in the public Discord channel or probably in our DMs. It was probably in our DMs. But I remember talking to you about the whole sequence where Lupe goes back to the quote unquote real world. And how time had actually passed while she was in the other world with Lena.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I really wanted to do regarding my take on the isekai genre. Usually when I read isekai, something that makes me mad is that when you go back to the other world, like 3 seconds had passed. Ah, how convenient. It's like I don't know, like an Deus Ex Machina for plot. I don't know, like you make you're writing something like you could have make it more difficult, like more interesting, but you decided to not pass the time and not have consequences on the other world. As a kid, that was something that really made me mad.
Yeah.
about the stories in isekai genre that I saw or read or yeah. And I wanted to try something and for it to be something that affected the plot and make characters take decisions and that yeah.
Yeah. It was I know it was a deliberate choice storytelling choice on yours, and I'm kind of happy because it makes the characters feel more alive in that sense.
Hmm.
It's kind of weird to say it like that, but to kind of explain what I mean, it just like it makes it feel more like even after the story is ended, they're still going on and doing crazy stuff, you know? It
Yeah.
it's super cool and there you know that this is like my favorite series, right? Like
Mm.
hands down it
Yeah,
is.
well, I'm honored.
I gush about this a lot, all the time. It's just there's like so much that went into like different storytelling choices that really kind of underscore this as like my favorite series. Four Leaf is the first isekai I've seen. It set a very high bar. Yeah, like reading it, it doesn't feel like an isekai to me. But when I think about
Mm.
what an isekai is, it absolutely is an isekai, but it just doesn't feel like
Yeah.
one.
I mean, there's a lot of. I think I talk about this on Twitter. Like there was a discourse about isekais, uh, like r- something saying that someone saying that right now, for a story to be fantasy, it has to be isekai. And then we have Frieren and Dungeon Meshi that are not
Mm,
isekai and they are good because they are not isekai. That's not the case. Like they, there are many isekai stories out there that you don't realize that they are isekai, that they are good, and it's like the only condition is for the protagonist to go to a world that is new to them. I think. I'm not sure if the condition is that it has to be a different fantasy world or
mm.
uh, something entirely different but in the same world also. Not
Alice
sure.
in Wonderland is an
I,
isekai. It absolutely is.
Alice in One, yes, it is. Like I was saying, like the Matrix is an isekai.
Peter Pan is an
It's my
isekai.
favorite movie.
Probably. Yeah, that okay.
Absolutely.
So hot takes coming up. Hot take Java. I I've, done a lot of
Peter
reading.
Pan is an isekai, yes.
Yeah. I've done a lot of reading and a lot of like watching of anime and manga and just like there was an oversaturation of isekai and
Yeah,
a lot of it just kind of felt copy and paste. So it
yeah, I
kind of put me
agree.
off the genre as a whole. I can't say
Mm-hmm.
that Four
Yeah.
Leaf has renewed my interest in it. But it is a notable outlier.
Yeah, like I wouldn't sell it as an isekai,
Hmm.
but it is what it is. Yeah.
Took me 3 seasons to realize Four Leaf was an isekai. It took me Lou telling me to my face that Four Leaf was an isekai for me to realize it was an
Yeah,
isekai.
I think for Leaf has a lot of things like that. Like you don't realize until you're deep into the story. Like at least from what I read from readers, say like the connections to the Red Riding Hood, like I don't know that they don't realize what it is until they are in like episode 90.
Yeah. Yeah, it's as my aunt would say, it's a fridge logic moment where you get up, go to the fridge, and then it kind of strikes you as a, oh, of course.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
I think my first pitch when I started developing the first pages my first pitch said that Four Leaf was a love story, but you wouldn't realize it until you're deep into the story.
Hmm.
If you start thinking, you will find a lot of elements from love stories, and I mean, not just love as in, because it's not focused on romance. It's
Mm-mm.
not a romance story. It's a love story about uh, love for friends, love for self, or love
Yeah.
for yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I remember that was in my first speech.
It's
I'm not sure how much of that is true, but yeah, it was there. And it was the intention.
yeah.
Love for the gays.
It was definitely one of those like I know it was sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. It was definitely
Mm,
one of the things that you kind of pick up on in the background, but with all the action happening and all the um all the side stuff that you can kind of pick up on, it blends itself really nicely with the overarching story, which I think is really cool.
good.
yeah. This
Good,
is
nice.
okay. So I have reread the story like okay. How many times have I reread Four Leaf? Let's count. There was the break between season 1 and season 2. I reread it twice. The break between season 2 and
Mm.
season 3. I think I read that 4 times. Season
Mm.
3 and then hiatus. I read it a couple more times there. I've reread this story a lot.
Yeah, Foley's number one reader.
yeah,
Hava.
I I think I haven't reread it after the end of the end of the series because I've been doing a lot of stuff. But I do have plans to go back through and read it because it is my
Mm.
favorite story. I adore it. It means a lot to me.
I'm happy.
yeah, we're
That
kind
made me
of
happy.
meandering. We've like meandered so far off. So let's get back to some questions.
No, you're not the first one to tell me this, and so I mean, I never imagined that this story would mean so much
Mhm.
to other people. If I start to think about it, I get emotional.
yeah, it definitely does. It's a lot about like there's like found family tropes in there and a bunch of other
Hmm.
stuff, and it does really strike a chord with a lot of readers. Positive chord, I have to say. So yeah, it's a great story.
Hmm.
We're not
Yeah.
making Luke cry on stream.
No, 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 no.
All right.
No cry.
Uh, that could bring us up to another question that writer asks. Um, why Four Leaf? What made you choose to name your comic that in particular? And were there any other titles that you had considered?
Yeah. The first title was Lina and Lupe,
Lena Lupe,
the
yeah.
placeholder title.
Yeah, placeholder
Then that
titles
one
are
ended
dangerous.
up, yeah, yeah. They can stay forever.
yeah.
Um, yeah, that one ended up being the title of the first chapter, the from the traditional comic square paper version. Um, that goes up to from the beginning to when Lina saves Lupe from falling from the sky and they greet each other. That's the first chapter that ended up having the name of the placeholder name.
Yeah.
Um, and then for Fall Leaf, I knew there was this fairy tale I wanted to talk about. Um, it didn't end up having as much protagonism as I expected. It was one of the things, but I'd take the the title because I don't know, like clovers were everywhere. Trefle and Treble's story was very important. Like it was like what made everything else happen. It was very key. So it's. I mean, I had bigger plans for Leaf as a fairy tale, but that didn't happen. But I'm still happy with how it turned it out.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
It's all good.
I'm still okay with their story being not so prominent in the main story. Like there wouldn't be Four Leaf without them. So yeah, and they are the two clovers. Yeah. I don't know. I just had to pick a name and I went with that one.
Yeah. I think it was a good name. It's kind
Yeah.
of funny because that name. I might be reading too much into this, as you know,
Mm.
but I think it's kind of funny that the story is named Four Leaf and it's told in 4 parts.
Yeah, that was intentional.
That was intentional. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut it in more parts.
Yeah, it was kind
It
of
had to
like
be.
super cool and
Yeah, and also there are 4 main characters. Like
mhm.
every time Emma will get a little of screen time, I was like, "No, Emma, you're the 5th character. This is for Liv. Go away." But I couldn't. She's very adorable,
She's precious. Emma
and she
is
really won
precious.
the audience. But yeah,
For
the main character, the story is about this. They are 4, and I always wanted to make things in fourths. Like I or something random, but 4 is my favorite number and always has been. And this story is a mix of everything I like, and 4 was part of it as a random thing.
yeah,
Yep.
it 5 Leaf and Emma joining. No. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Oh, wait. Sorry. Side note for people in Twitch and people listening in on the stage channel, there's a thread in the announcements channel of the Discord that you can post your extra questions in. There's no promise that we'll get to them this stream. There's no promise that we'll get to the end of the stream because I can feel my voice starting to go. But we'll soldier on.
Okay, good to know. The 4 main characters for me, they are, well, when I plan out the story, like when you don't have a story but you write a lot of things about each character and how what they like, what they don't like, how much they wait and everything. You for me, my description was that the main characters were Lupe, Lina, Cricket, and the Dragonfly. That's what I used to say when there was no story. Like Alvar was just there as someone that carried the fourth character, and well, he becomes important just by being there. But yeah, for me, the 4 main characters are Lina, Lupe, Cricket, and Alvar. But it wouldn't be crazy to consider that the Dragonfly is the fourth character
Yeah.
that needed that had an important part in the story. Like Alvar is just there to carry the Dragonfly, and he hates that. Yeah.
It leaves a lot to be said that
Mm.
kind of one of Lupe's selfless wishes was for Alvar not to fear the dragonfly anymore, to be comfortable with it.
Ah, yeah.
And knowing what we know now about wishes not being real, I still think in a way it was real. The intention was there, and we slowly learn more and more about how materials work and how I think it's called a complement.
Yeah.
Materials and
Well,
complements work.
one of the things that I didn't have time to expand on was to go back to the wishes not being real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wanted to leave it like more ambiguous, like have the lady talk to Cricket about it, and I didn't have the chance. Like her telling him that, I don't know. For me, in the beginning, what started everything was that Cricket wished to be friends with Lupe, and it was that wish that made Lupe come to this world. Really, not really Linus, and I didn't have time to expand on that. Maybe that's one of my biggest regrets about the writing of the story.
Mm-hmm.
It can kind of be like, how do you say, theorized about with what we have, but I don't know. I would have liked to write more about it. Maybe on a side comic someday.
Yeah.
Like the ladies telling Cricket, like, you were the one who wished for Lupe to come here. How can you say the wishes are not real?
Yeah,
What's
it's
more impossible than that?
yeah, it's so cool to me that while the wishes aren't real, they also kind of are.
Yeah.
It's something I super enjoyed because it gave them some more weight, so to speak. It's just, I don't know. I love the story.
Yeah, they are, but they are not, and they Schrödinger wishes. I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to make more emphasis on that, and couldn't. I didn't have the chance. The scene I could, which is a really Schrödinger real.
Yeah.
I didn't have a place to put that scene in the story, and maybe that's one I would have liked to address in a later story if I ever write something else.
I think you'll write something else. I just don't think it'll be anytime soon. I believe you will.
I should have to do
it. Yeah, you just gotta do it. I
Yeah.
truly believe you'll come back to writing someday.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Do you have any ideas about an art book coming out for Four Leaf that might have some concept art or anything like that?
Yeah, I would really like to make one. The thing is, I recently moved from. I used to live in Uruguay, and I moved to Spain, and I didn't get to bring with me a lot of things, and
Oh no.
many of the sketchbooks that have, the
Oh
early art of
no.
Four Leaf that I would love to share an art book while living in Uruguay. I could ask my relatives there, but it would be difficult.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
They are safe in my, I think, my mother's house,
Yeah.
but yeah, they are in a chest.
Yeah, they're in a chest. They're stored in the archives.
Yeah. Next time I go to Uruguay, I'll be sure to pick those up. And yeah, the only reason why I haven't made an art book yet is because I want to include those early sketches that are there.
Yeah, for sure. So, in the works, TM.
Request for the chest.
Yeah. What were some of your inspirations behind Four Leaf? I know some of them were kind of fairy tales, and another of them
Yeah.
came from like big, big medias and basically anime and manga that you watched and read.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most notable one was
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist being one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist, the manga is one of my favorite mangas.
hmm
Uh, eh, I don't know if it influenced me, but I tried.
Yeah, it's
uh,
definitely an inspiration at the very least.
yeah, I have something. Yeah, I really love the author's like graphic comedy, like not particularly jokes that are speaking, but jokes that are made with drawings with the faces of the characters, with characters that are on the background.
Yeah,
And
visual gags.
I don't know, it's something that is lost in the anime adaptation and that I really love about the manga.
Background Lupe isn't real
Well,
and can't hurt you. Background Lupe.
yeah, I thought there was very silly things integrated in a very serious story,
hmm
and the balance captivated me. I
Me,
really like that manga because of that.
me
Um,
find one of my
yeah,
favorite visual gags while you continue talking.
okay. Um, as for other inspirations, yeah, probably Fairy Tales. The original intent for me for the story was to include other fairy tales, not only the Red Riding Hood. Well, that's why Alice is called Alice. And in the end, I didn't do much about it, and I kind of scrapped it before it became a loose end. And other inspiration, I don't know, my personal experience as a non-binary person and coming out myself, and uh, I don't know, that influenced the character of Lupe a lot.
hmm
And uh, I don't know, their experiences with their surroundings and the people around them. And uh, what else? Hmm, I don't know. As not sure if wait. Oh, the heart. Uh, I don't know if there's other series who inspired. I like Card Sakura a lot. I used to watch it as a kid, the anime version.
Yeah,
I really liked it. And Digimon also. Uh, but maybe I don't know, the isekai obsession started there, maybe.
probably, maybe started
Yeah.
young. Give me a second. Oh, I'm trying to
I
find
don't
it.
know.
Can't find it. All right. Let me throw in a filler topic while I'm trying to look
Hmm.
for this.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your favorite Pokemon game? I already know the answer, but
I'll smash my cup on the table. Pokemon Crystal.
Pokemon Crystal. Yep.
Um, Pokemon Crystal, the classic Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver are very good remakes, excellent remakes. But the Pokemon Crystal, the original, has a, a beautiful charm, and it beats all the other ones.
Yeah, I know mine. It's so hard for me to choose a favorite Pokemon game because
Mm,
I'm like very torn between two of them. Like strongly
yeah.
torn. So the first Pokemon game I ever played was Fire Red. And I think I played Yellow before that. Yellow after that.
Yeah.
But Fire Red was my very first one. I remember just kind of going through and playing that one a lot. It was a lot of fun. But then the next one after that, Heart Gold. And my favorite would have to be Black and White. I just can't say Black and White is my favorite Pokemon game. And
it's a very good favorite Pokemon game.
It's kind of remained my favorite. I kind of come back to it pretty often. Like I think I'm like doing a Nuzlocke in one of my saves right now. I have like 5 game saves. So I'm doing a Nuzlocke in one of them, and it's just such a great series.
I tried Nuzlocke many times, but I didn't. Not that I didn't succeed, but I couldn't bear it.
Yeah.
I'm an old lad. I started with Pokemon Red and went in order after that.
I can't find it.
The Pokemon Explorers of Sky. Yes, I played one of the Pokemon Mystery Editions. I didn't get far. It was fun, but not really my thing.
Yeah, the Mystery Dungeon games are. They have problems, but they have a great storyline, and
yeah.
If you're looking for a storyline in a Pokemon game, you should play the Mystery Dungeon games. Otherwise,
yeah.
As a critter collector, it's pretty nice. I can't find what I was looking
for. I think maybe I tried play that one when I didn't know a lot of English, so maybe I just played it for the mechanics and didn't catch the story. So maybe if I play them again, it will be different.
Yeah. So what I was looking for is I was looking for the.
Also, wait, Pokemon Legends Arceus second in line.
Oh yes,
for my favorite Pokemon.
Sounds great. I was looking for the one time where you accidentally uploaded the sketch layer along with the episode, and there was the Pikachu Lupe. I was looking for Pikachu Lupe. I couldn't find Pikachu Lupe.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I think that was the only moment where you had accidentally uploaded the sketch layer alongside your
It was a nice accident.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was when I was changing editors, and there were like 3 weeks like I didn't work with any editors because Webtoon didn't assign me one.
Yeah,
back then.
I was proofreading
Yeah,
for you.
your own. Good luck.
Yeah, I was proofreading for you during that time as well. So.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
I only have the help of Java, but I left one the sketch layer very with very low opacity. Pikachu Lupe was someone. Yeah, and it would show in the episode. Also, Webtoon would take a long time to replace files when I asked them to with something to correct, and it was there for like half a day or so.
Yeah, I think it was kind of funny that everybody in the Discord kind of got back to you before what is it, quality assurance got back to you.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we are alone.
Okay.
What a shame. Pikachu Lupe. Lost in time.
Pikachu Lupe is somewhere. I just can't find
Yeah,
Pikachu.
I must have it somewhere. Pikachu Lupe, where are you?
I think you posted it in Discord at one point as well.
Yeah, from all the terrible things I could have posted by mistake, that was the best one.
I did my. I love music. Come back. Please. So quiet. Anyways,
Hmm.
this is why we need a searchable form. Agree.
It must be on FastPass channel,
I think it
I
might
think.
be.
Eh. Mm.
Okay.
Pikachu loop.
All right. We're gonna let this ad run, and I gotta go use the bathroom. So I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah. I will get more water.
Be right back. Everybody, go get water. Hydrate. Do what you need to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off screen. I don't need to be on here. So I'll be back. Let me add your audio source here as well so people can hear you. Okay, I'll be back.
I keep looking on my PC just in case it appears. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I saved that one. It was too glorious. Mm-hmm. I go get water. Be right back. I am back. My avatar still move. It does. I'm trying to look for the episode that had the Pikachu Lupe in it. At least it's in my file. I had to. I closed Clip Studio Paint and recently it asked me to renew my subscription. And I said no because I'm good with the. I was talking about Clip Studio. Clip Studio that I just restarted my computer. I had to turn it on again, Clip Studio. But recently it asked me about renewing my subscription, and I said no.
Ah,
And now I have to reinstall the older version of Clip Studio
oh boy.
to use it. Yeah. No, the subscriptions are not fun.
Yeah. Let me know when you're ready to.
Yeah, we can continue.
All right.
I'm still looking for Pikachu Lupe.
You're still looking for Pikachu,
but we
but
can continue.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Of all the action sequences in the series, what was your favorite one
Hmm.
to have worked on?
Action sequences. Let me think. Probably the last one, the Lupe with all the bells,
I could tell
with Carla's
you.
bells too.
I could tell you what my favorite one.
Yeah, tell me. Hmm.
The end of season.
What happened in it?
Um, it was Cricket's big reveal.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I found it. It's the end of season 3,
Yeah, that's the
episode
ending of
100.
the ending of season 3.
Yeah, that is hands down my absolute favorite sequence in the whole series. Is just Cricket's reveal of like he gets eaten by the wolf and then he comes out um pretty clean and just like favorite moment of the whole series hands down. Nothing can top that
I
for
really
me.
like that cricket panel. Yeah.
Yeah, it is it's my
An
favorite
iconic cricket
panel.
panel.
I think it's still what he says in that is still quoted on my web. Yeah, yeah, it's still quoted on my website. Yeah. So,
So yeah, I like that reveal. That was one of the main scenes I was worried about meeting my own expectations for the scene.
mhm.
Also, I really like how I was able to connect the backstory of Trevor and Trifle.
Yeah,
And
into
I mean,
Cricket's
yeah.
reveal, yeah. But the wolf fight with Lupe and the wolf was also a really solid one where you see Lupe holding the dragonfly with all of the bells floating around her. That one was also really
Mhm.
a really good favorite. I think I remember while you
Yeah,
were
I like that panel.
I remember while you were talking about it, you got tired of drawing the bells.
Yeah, it was terrible. I don't wanna. If I don't make another full leaf size story, it's because I don't want to draw more bells. Like one of my big regrets about this series is making each bell have a different pattern. I know it's something special that a lot of people appreciate. Thank you, but I wouldn't have made it if I had to make the series again. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
It was I hated myself in many occasions because of it.
Yeah. I guess we can also follow up on that question.
Hmm.
Let me find it. Do you ever think you're going to release a sheet, like a reference sheet, where it shows who
Hmm.
has all of the bells?
Um, I no, I don't have a reference sheet for every bell.
Yeah.
Like one of my things that I wanted to happen was for people to be able to create their own witches and uh, I mean there's nothing saying they are not part of a story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh, if I release all the patterns for all the bells, it will be unnecessary and it will kill that
Yeah.
very charming part of the fandom. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I need to find it again, but I think you also had like a I think it's actually on your Patreon under one of the free tiers, but you released basically like a Photoshop template where people can make their own bells, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I remember. That was a long time ago. I
Yeah,
should look
yeah.
for that one again.
I think I can find
Mm.
it. Yeah. It was so basically it's just kind of like you want to leave it open to interpretation kind of, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for me to draw all the bells only just to claim all the witches for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to do that. It's something like that. No, no,
Yeah.
if it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. I think it's also kind of
Mm.
interesting how even though you kind of said at one point there are 100 bells, there actually aren't 100 bells anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the count comes up to, if I'm remembering right, it should be 102.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one for Lupe and one for Alice should bring out the
Hmm.
totals too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, we don't know what happened in between
Yeah, we don't
the
know what happened in between
last chapter and the pillow,
the
and
3
I made
years.
sure
Yeah,
that no one would mention 100 and something bells.
yeah, because there
Like
could have been
they,
something else
when
that
they
happened.
mentioned the bells, they said all the bells.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
bells. So it's good to know that that kind of changed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a theoretically infinite number of bells. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's very cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, so was the soul put into the bell? I don't know. That's a lore question. uh, see if we can. If you got to go back and redo one character's design, who would it be and why, if at all?
Mm. Probably season 3 Lina.
Season 3, Lena.
Yeah, I like her design, but it wasn't that easy to draw, and also I thought it didn't really represent her that well. Eh, I mean, it ended up being Lina, but I always try to make the characters' attires like similar to what they would use, and I mean, also I thought that Lina, because I'm talking about the Lina with the coat that has the fluff on
Yeah,
the
I know which one
hood.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Let me see.
and also that Lina was like a different one from the one we had been seeing. Like she was very depressed and broken, and she wasn't being herself. But in I think it was season 3, and all hi, I need one word, I can't find it. Um, all along season 3, she started changing, and thanks to Cricket mainly, because he opened himself as a friend, and well, they ended up being together and everything, but it was kind of a mutual thing where both of them changed from being broken to not so broken, and I wanted the attire of Lina when I started the season to represent that she wasn't really herself, and I use blue because that blue is the one in Carla's dress.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah,
There's
that was my train of thought back then.
yeah, there's a lot.
Like Carla was on her head, because Carla has just escaped from the basement, and she was very worried about that, and it was everything on her mind that Carla was out there without her bell, and yeah, mainly that. So I use a lot of glue, of that specific glue on her clothes. Also, so well, maybe because of that, it didn't feel like Lina for me at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like her colors were used to be very bright, and suddenly you had that blue that was dark, and you mainly saw. We had in a comic, at least for me, for my comics, you have a lot of shots from the head only. So there was a lot of blue when you saw Lina.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It worked as a metaphorical thing.
Yeah.
But maybe I will rework that design if I had to go back.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said, and it's something that if you pay attention, you'll pick up on it easily. But
Mhm.
colors mean a lot in the series.
Mm,
Like,
yeah.
I remember when I was talking to you about making one of the wallpapers based off of the season 1 panel, the very opening panel. Um
Mm.
I was making a wallpaper for oh, I can't remember what it's. I have it. I think I have the page open. Why don't I just go to the first episode?
Yeah, let's
it's
go.
like the first panel. Was this that famous nightmare in which you fall? I remember
Yeah.
talking to you about it, and one of the things you kind of mentioned is that um the color black, like full black, you use in very
Mm.
certain circumstances. And
Yes.
there were a couple of other colors that could be noted as doing that because they are like
Mm-hmm.
one of the main features of magic in Four Leaf. Like,
Yeah. The color it represents the person that is using the magic and
mhm,
all of that. Like
yeah,
black was only present when the wolf was mentioned or when it was on screen.
mhm,
Also the hair treble too. Like that species we use only black for that. I
yeah,
remember I was using black for the borders of Lupe's t-shirt, and I
mhm,
stopped doing that because I wanted to keep it. It was only the border. No one would notice anything, but it was for me, for myself, that I
yeah,
wanted to use black only in those instances.
yeah,
And it was bugging me.
yeah. It definitely makes it for like people going back through like me and all of you guys listening in. Oh. um makes it for like a kind of a scavenger hunt. You can kind of seek out
Yeah.
those finer details cuz there's like a lot of foretelling?
Mhm. Yeah.
Not the right word. Foreshadowing. That's the word I was
For
thinking.
shadowing.
Yeah. There's a lot of foreshadowing that you can pick up on just based on colors alone, which is super cool.
Mhm.
like
Yeah, also for the redesigns for different seasons, I will pick colors for one character that like my criteria was like, well, this character influenced this other character in the last season and is part of who they are now. So this color that was in this other character is now in this one. You'll find a lot of that also. It was my way to keep things consistent and didn't I didn't mix things up so much. Like the image and what you were seeing in the comic wasn't strange for you starting another season.
mhm.
But I was able to change the color and the clothes and everything.
Yeah.
Uh, Like, for example, I don't know, for from season 2 to 3, I think, when we have the time skip,
Yeah.
like Alvar has green on his shirt, and it was the color of Lupe's belt and shoes, and same for Lupe, who
Yeah.
had the pants blue that were in Alvar's design. And also for Emma, I remember I gave her a scarf that had the colors of Lupe's fans. The I mean a particular pink Lupe had.
Yeah. It's
And all that like that.
yeah, it's really cool that it kind of comes out that way, and if you look for it, you will definitely find it. All right. I got enough in me for one more question because I do not want to push myself. I can feel my voice starting to leave.
Yeah, good.
Find a big.
As I said, we can do another
Yeah, we're gonna do
another stream another time.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna
too.
do part 2 to this because we still gotta.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I'm taking care of myself. I recognize my voice is starting to leave me. I can feel the little scratch at the back of my
Yeah, the
throat.
last time. Remember what happened the last time?
I
He lost his
remember.
voice like 3 days after.
Yeah, I was done for the first time we did this. Oh, we'll go with another. We'll go with a question about motivation. How did you motivate yourself to keep going when life got in the way of Four Leaf? How did you keep pushing for it?
um, I don't know. I have to get paid.
I have to get paid. Yes.
I don't know. Probably that for the speed in which I had to make things. Like I would never I would have never finished one episode if I didn't have a contractual obligation.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't healthy, right?
Mhm.
Starting there. But my motivation paycheck.
Yes. What is your motivation? Hello. Yes, I like money. It's a
No,
valid
yeah.
motivation for sure.
Rent has to be paid. Um, well, yes, it's that, and I don't know. I work with deadlines a lot.
Mhm.
Like I'm not diagnosed with ADHD or anything, but I have a lot of of characteristics. I'm and really, you put me a deadline in front, and I wait until the last possible
Oh
minute
my god, do you
and
wait till the last
make
possible
it
second?
work. Yeah.
Like
Like
another.
you see this avatar, the PNG tuber Java is using when I made it like 30 minutes before the stream.
Yeah, this PNG tuber I'm using, made by Lou, like 30
Yeah.
minutes before I started before I hit
Yeah.
start streaming.
Yeah, I don't know how my brain does it, but I many times I deliver episodes like 5 minutes before the deadline.
Yeah.
Like it was a 60-hour show. Like how can my brain calculate that and the last 5 minutes? Yeah, yeah.
I have an expensive hobby
But
called
yeah,
food and
deadline.
shelter.
Yeah. But yeah, deadlines mainly to keep me motivated.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's kind of my IP fixation, my own stories and my characters. Part of the reason why I still obsessed after 5 years. So, well, what I say, 5 years. I started this story like in 2010
Hang on, I
or
I
so.
have the exact number. Give me a second.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's been a lot of years, and I'm still here. I love my characters. I still obsess over them, and I love making my stories. I love talking about my characters. I love everyone's reaction to what I do. Uh, it's making a positive impact on others. That's amazing, and all of that is motivation. Yeah.
Um, I guess this
Maximizing suffering, Hito says.
maximize suffering. This kind of follows up on another question somebody had asked: is how long does it take you to make every episode? How long? That depends. How long before the deadline is Lou starting the episode?
I mean, it's not like sometimes it was like I know I have one day. I know I can do this in one day. When the time started to get close, like
Mm-hmm.
2 hours, it's like okay, I have to leave this for later or for a revision. Or I started to pick the most crucial parts of the making of the comic. Like this has to be in it. Like I remember one time I delivered an episode without shadows in some of the panels just because I couldn't do it, but some people would not notice that until I was able to correct that. I would put in a scale like what was crucial and what could be left for later. And
Yeah.
yeah, made a lot of mental gymnastics in these 5 years.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the whole thing with webtoon just being like very unhealthy for one person. If you're
Mm,
like a multiple person team that can,
yeah.
produce multiple comics, webtoon might be better, but as a
Mm-hmm.
single person,
Yeah,
like
I mean, I think it can be done as a single person, like, okay, living a normal life,
mhm.
but it also, they have also put an expectations and a quality, like comics have to be shaded and color and have backgrounds and all the effects. And because if I don't know, I think it's a job that can be done, but only if chapters have only 40 panels instead of 60 something that they now ask for.
Mhm.
I don't know how much they afford. It depends on the on each contract, I think. But if it's a show of 40 panels and you don't shade some of the panels or don't shade anything, or have a style that can work with that amount of time you have, I think it's something doable. But it's like it's some unspoken, but uh, the expectation of the reader have been going up, and webtoon is not stopping them. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is. I think they are encouraging them even,
Yeah, they're
and
definitely encouraging
well, they have
not
a
giving up.
better product. So, well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It sucks because it kind of preys on that sort of like artist mentality of like trying to drive on your passion and creativity. It it kind of
Yeah.
sucks. And like I've been kind of, I won't say very vocal, but I have been like pretty open about my distaste for webtoons and its attitude towards its creators. But we won't get into
Yeah,
that.
we all have issues with we will.
Mm-mm. No issues here. Zero issues. What are you talking about?
It's serious, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not under contract anymore. So.
Yeah. But it's just,
Mm.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to get mad. I'll get angry
Oh, it's
again.
good. Yeah.
On a scale
No,
of
no
0 to
worrying, but sincere.
10, how much does Webtoon suck? Which is most and which is least?
um, I don't know. No. Next question.
uh, couple more.
No, we all know what our feelings about it, and we know it's a. I mean, it's a company. It's what companies do. It is sad that they will start like. We are all for the creators, like we are a family. We're not. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then when they have the reputation, they change to something else. But it's inevitable. Like don't trust corporations. That's all.
Yeah. It just, I have a lot of opinions and none of them are nice, so I'm just not going to say it. I've already posted my twitter.com rant and yeah, it's, I'm going to say
Yeah, what Hito says.
I'm going to
It
say
might have to do with Webtoon not allowing the artist to connect on a deeper level with the readers. So the reader just consumes and complains if the product is not good enough. Yeah, I agree
that
with that. Yeah, that's
that's
something that felt. Uh, I felt it really intensely. Like when I was posting on Canvas, I will get notified every time I will get a new comment, and I will respond and whatever, or put a like. But when I changed as an original series, my series was controlled by someone else. Like I would email someone with my episode, and they will upload it, and it was always like that. I didn't have control over my account. Like,
yeah.
yeah, and it detached me from my readers. It felt like, yeah, I will find comments that were commenting like there was no human behind the comic making it.
Yeah.
It was disheartening.
I feel like,
Yeah.
okay, so I didn't get a chance to read the comic when it was published to when it was on Canvas and published on the WordPress site. But like I went to the Wayback Machine and kind of looked at it and there's a lot of charm on just having your own
Yeah.
WordPress site set up with like a custom theme and stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely
Really.
feels more personal versus what
Hmm.
how sanitized Webtoon feels.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's like all social media sites nowadays. Like they're trying to be another social media site
yeah,
with a creator profile and
yeah,
all. Like.
it really sucks. Like they aren't helping authors build their reader base per se, because like you can
Hmm.
have a reader base, but it's not.
Yeah.
You'll have a reader base, but you won't have a fandom. Let me put it like that. It they're mostly
Yeah,
just
or maybe they are readers of your comic and not really fans of your work.
yeah, they'll just be there to read the singular comic and then just kind of be done with it, which kind of blows. And I'm gonna talk about Hive Mill a little bit, or Hive Works,
Hmm.
because Hive Mill is the publishing company.
Yeah.
Hiveworks, I kind of like what they do in that like
Mm-hmm.
every comic has its own website. And
Yeah, it feels like a WordPress site. It's not, but it's has a similar vibe of customization, and each
yeah,
site reflects what the comic is. It's nice.
yeah, it's really cool. And it, like I said, it just makes it feel more personalized and more, I don't know, connected.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks that Webtoon has kind of been pushing creators away from their audience more
Mm-hmm.
and more.
Yeah,
It
I agree.
just
I
really
I also heard that
blows.
today they took away the Patreon button from the
Oh,
Canva series.
that
You
blows.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It, like, they're removing more and more
I don't
features.
know if it was intentional and it's gonna stay. We will see.
Yeah,
It would suck.
it just really makes me wish that there would be like somebody else out there to help like up and coming comic creators.
Yeah,
I'll say
we
this
have to make it
much.
happen ourselves.
I'll say this much for my Twitter post if you guys read it or care at all. Um
Hmm?
Now this is gonna sound incorrect, but my whole thing is go indie or go home. Don't publish with Webtoons. Don't publish with To Pass. Go indie or go home.
It's the thing is that it's very hard to go indie.
Yeah,
Like
that's the
I
problem.
I
But
see people still accepting to work with Webtoon in today's economy.
yeah,
Yeah, it's getting harsh for creators.
yeah,
Like
they're getting more and more predatory towards their
becoming
creators.
righteous unionize. I wish.
I wish. Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to. It is so hard for web webcomic creators to unionize because in an example like Webtoons, you you can only unionize within your country pretty much. I could be wrong on that, but that's my understanding
Hmm.
is like you can only have a US union, you can only have a
Yeah, I
Uruguayan.
think that what it is.
Yeah, you can't have like a global union. So it makes it even
Mm-hmm.
harder for people to unionize because basically instead of dealing with one union, you'll have to deal with a union for every country. And that's just impossible to get
Mm-hmm.
like your working conditions and demands out because unless the unions are working together, it's not going to
Yeah.
happen.
Huh.
Ugh.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But yeah, if you can go indie, then go indie.
Definitely go indie if you can, but just understand that To Pass and Webtoon are not on your side when it comes to contracts. Get a
Yeah,
lawyer, read, negotiate.
especially Webtoon.
All right. I'm gonna have to end it there. My voice is actively
Mm,
leaving me right now. We will
yeah.
definitely be doing a part 2. I'll announce it in the Discord. Uh, join the Discord.
In the
And
Discord,
read 4-Leaf.
Grandma's house.
Yeah, go join Grandma's house. All right. Uh, I will see you guys next time we do this.
I can hear your voice leaving your body.
Yeah, you can hear it slowly leaving me.
Stop it now.
Yeah, I gotta close it out. All right.
Go get a mint or something.
Yeah, I'll get some
Thank
more
you,
water.
Hava.
Yep.
Thank you
Bye.
for the questions, everyone. And thanks, Hava, for organizing this. We'll see you
Yeah.
soon with the
Yeah.
part 2
Yeah,
when Hava
definitely.
recovers his
With the part
voice.
2. Yeah. Maybe when I'm less sick. All right. Appreciate you guys, Joe.
Party grandmas.